This master is not beating about the bush. It says, here it is. This is what meditation is. You know it, become free, enjoy your life. We are already enjoying our life. Power, possession, pleasure. What is the need of meditation? We already have created lot of misconceptions, opinions, false notion, and we are happy with those false notions. So meditation is not for those who are living with these false notions. So this teaching of this master begins with the three questions. Those who have been attending this session, do you remember these three questions? How the dispassion is it? Sarah, first time you are showing yourself. Love to see you. Now, I love to see everyone, but so, very good. So, three questions are very important. If your mind accepts these three questions are vital, the journey of Saturday's meditation becomes rewarding. So he says, first question the seeker is asking, how the knowledge of the reality is attained. Reality means, who am I? Do you know who you are? If you know it, then you already know it. You are already in meditation. Second is the qualification. How the dispassion is attained. How the dispassion is attained. So that dispassion means comes by a thinking what is real and what is unreal. So the Eastern psychology, Eastern wisdom, yoga, mantra, kundalini, tantra, name anything, mindfulness. If we do not appreciate what is real and what is unreal, if we do not separate them, where to separate? In our mind. The mindfulness or meditation will not succeed at all. I already know what is real and what is unreal. And the third question is how the freedom from the suffering can be attained. That is the journey from where we have started. And then in a few sessions, we have understood what exactly is the real self that is common to everyone. What is that real self? It is pure consciousness. Second, understanding that it is absolute consciousness, absolute existence consciousness, and bliss. It is in the state of permanent happiness, love, and wisdom. Where it is located? So, our master said it is located deep inside the center of the heart for the sake of understanding. Another way of understanding that it transcends the body and mind. So, my goal is how to transcend the body and the mind, to touch it, to feel it, to experience it. Every master says that the moment we discover this real self, it brings an end to the suffering. It brings an end to the fear, insecurities, anxieties, dualities, and conflict in our life. So, in the first chapter of this book, he explained the very nature of the real self. But if I'm a qualified seeker at the highest level of a seeker, the second chapter, the seeker was the highest qualified seeker. He explains, I'm already there. See that you taught me, you passed on that knowledge, and knowledge became the power for a seeker. And I realized that I'm in the state of peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Does it like a dream for you? Do you question that how I can attain permanent happiness when my honey is not listening to me? For example, I take only one. How do you dare you say? How dare you say that I can be in peace? So as long as honey is not listening to me. See that? So it means you are not a seeker. Our master responds, you are not a seeker. Why? You are searching happiness, peace in honey, and your honey do not have it. So why you are searching that peace and happiness? So you see that it redirects the mind that, come on, peace and happiness are within you. That is the goal of meditation. So, okay, now I can see that you told me that, yeah, I can realize that my honey is always in stress. So, how can he have or she have a peace? So, let me take another. So, mind drifts. The mind drifts outside in the world, it does not focus on the real self. So, we have to get rid of those impurities of the mind to discover. Once you recognize they are the impurities of the mind, what happens? The mind does not wander. Then you close your eyes and the mind moves inside. You are settled. So, in the second chapter, we are bringing an end to the second chapter today. So, here the seeker explains that now I realize I don't see, you see the false notion? Where is false notion? The clay pot. Now, if you see the pot, consider this is a pot, plastic pot. So, what happens? What is this? Plastic. Where this is plastic, top, bottom, all around it is plastic. So, one common element is there, but I see it is a tumbler. So I have to change my perception. This is a false notion. For the sake of convenience, I say it same way. All bodies are like these flasks. We are made up of one common element. Discovery of that common element is what meditation is, what leads you to awakening. So, in this, the third chapter that we are going to start from the next week, where the master examines, are you settled in meditation or not? So he questions and then he also answers. So we get a deeper understanding. Yes, Jerry. Someone,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. I was just
Okay.
trying to get my camera on. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see you. So open your camera. So you see that in the next chapter, the master raises the question. For example, I can translate one question for you guys and girls. that I have lot of problem with. Again, the honey, you have, or I've made it clear. Honey means any object that you like, you crave for, you depend on. No, I have lot of problems in my professional life. My boss is not listening to me, and you say that I should live in peace. So the master answers where you are wrong, how you still can be in the state of peace and happiness. Oh, one question. So let us take this, what he says in this Naham deho name deho jivo naham hichittah ayamev hi me bandha asid jive jivite spraha. I am not this body. I have dropped the wrong notion. It does not mean I am not the house, it means I should leave the house. We create a wrong notion. So now he says, nor I have a body, I am not an individual consciousness, I am pure consciousness. This indeed was my bondage, that I had thirst for life. Look at it. Two, one was the qualified seeker, and one was the ordinary person who came to listen to a teacher. So before he wanted to listen, he asked how to listen to a teacher in the Eastern wisdom. So seeker said, after listening, the person said, I have traveled such a great distance to listen to the master, but I find his words are quite ordinary. So seeker said, don't listen to his words, listen to his message. How you do that? Take hold of a sentence that he says, shake it well till all the words drops. What is left will set you heart on fire. This is how we learn meditation. This is how we learn Eastern wisdom. You have to shake it well. Real self, pure consciousness, how it is possible, how, where, when, and once you contemplate and reflect on that, the reality dawns. Reality dawns. Take one example. I was giving a talk on karma yoga. Are you listening to me? Sure. Are your ears listening to me, or you are listening to me? Tell me. You see, this is a false notion. Are you listening to me? If you are your ears, okay. But behind the ears, is your mind listening to me, or you are listening to me? So if you have a false notion that my mind is what I am, then you don't listen to the masses. You are not listening to the masses. You are playing with the words. No, I am my mind, so I'm listening. What is left behind the mind is our real self. That is what I am. That is why we say all meditation and mindfulness is transcending the mind. And that can only happen when I have a discernment in the mind that I am not the body. one great master, Ramakrishna. You will be amazed that he did not study any text, but he focused his mind that who am I, what is this world, what is the existence. He entered into a deeper meditation, and the knowledge that is written in the text revealed to his mind. So he used to teach through different parables. Do you know the frog lays the eggs, and the eggs then transforms into tadpole, which has a tail? So why they have a tail? Because they can swim in the water. They can swim in the water. But gradually, once the frog becomes an adult, the tadpole loses its tail. As long as we keep this tail, we will live in ignorance, we will continue to suffer. What is that tail? This tail is known as keeping our false notion who we are. This is how Ramakrishna explained. So as long as we get rid of this false notion that I am the body, it will continue to keep those notions intact in the mind, and that will lead you to suffering. Another verse that it says, I see when I go behind the body, when I drop the wrong notion that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the thought, what is left is the pure consciousness. And when I am centered in that, all my fears and anxieties and the dualities and the conflicts drop and dissolve. First time, I see that I'm in the state of permanent happiness, love, and wisdom. Love and wisdom. Yes, one more. So, what he says that I find that I'm a limitless ocean. And what is the wind? Rising of the wind of the mind, I see we are different. That needs a little bit of explanations. As I just discussed, the plastic. Everywhere it is plastic. But I see it is a flask. I see the blueness of a sky, but it is not blue. I see the water in the mirage. It is not there. Same way, I see myself, the body, but this is not true. We can say body belongs to me, body is an instrument, and I should use it. I just explained to you. Are you listening to me? Inquire. Who is listening to you? Who is listening to me? And that leads us to a state of consciousness. So, in from this text, we have to understand Shravanam. First step of listening is known as Shravanam. I do not know, let me know it. We don't follow any invalid means of reasoning in the Eastern wisdom. We don't follow blind belief. The moment any teacher in this tradition says, believe me, first thing you should do, don't believe him. Leave him. Why? This is what a lot of people are saying. There is a hell and heaven, so it causes the blind belief. The blind belief will paralyze your mind and intellect. That is the origin of the cult, dogma, and belief. Our masters are very clear. The first step, I do not know, let me know it. When I use the word real self, do you know it? No, so let me know it. So what we say, that real self is pure consciousness of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, wisdom. So what is the next process? Next step comes mananam. Teacher gave you the knowledge. Now, in order that this knowledge becomes yours, you have to think. Am I right? Anyhow, I should be right because I'm teaching from the teachings of the masters. There is nothing belongs to me, so I'm, you accept it, very good. You don't accept it, very good. So second step comes mananam. It has two elements. Contemplation. I start thinking. This beer guy told me that I am the real self. I am the permanent peace and happiness. How that is possible? Let me think over it. So that thinking is supported by other set of principles. So the tradition, you belong to the tradition, now you are listening and contemplating. So what happens by thinking? You get a clarity. Where you get the clarity? You get the clarity in the intellect, in your intellect. And the second part is what we say, the reflection. You remove the doubt. No, I see it as a tumbler. How you say it is a glass, so we remove the doubt. We see on the top of the tumbler, side of the tumbler, the right and the left, and everywhere we find the glass. So it removes the doubt. If you don't remove the doubt in your mind, the meditation will not succeed. So the knowledge must go together. Two things. So now see, I don't know, let me know it. I do not understand, let me understand it. Second part is complete. There are chances that we do not want to understand. So when we do not want to understand, that is your choice. I see a couple of people are having a serious face. Keep smiling. Journey of mindfulness begins with a smile, ends with a smile. Don't be so serious. It scares me, That's why I said. The third is practice. Now see that I always remember this. I don't know, let me know it. I do not understand, let me understand by the two process, contemplation and reflection. So I made it clear. So I have to think of it to bring a clarity. Where? Clarity in myself, in my mind, and reflection to remove all the doubt. So what happens? That intellect inspires you. What is the third step? I don't experience, so let me practice. How long? Until the experience of the real self dawns in you. How long I have to practice? It depends on you, not on me. Why should I answer? Why should I answer? Do you see that? In our country we say, are you arrogant? No, it has nothing to be arrogant. You have to go back to your mind. Doubt still remains. That is why one session do not lead you to success. Where the doubt remains in your mind. So I have to recheck. I have to re-question. I have to rethink. And that sets the journey to the Eastern wisdom, whether you say it is meditation, it is mindfulness, it is any practice, kundalini, mantra, etc., etc. So in this series, we are Naham Deho Name Deho Jivo Naham Aham Hi Chittaha. I am of the nature of knowledge. I am Evahi Me Bandha. So what happens in the meditation? Last point, and then we will start our practice. Think of this week, think of, do you seek freedom from the mind, or do you seek freedom for the mind? Freedom for the mind? Mind is asking, I should have $1 billion. That is what mind is constantly seeking, demanding. It is demanding everything from the world outside to be happy. And that demands never ends. So do you seek freedom for the mind? Whatever the mind says, I want this. Day before yesterday, I was sitting with my honey watching the Indian channel. So there was an advertisement. So that will make clear freedom for them. So it was an advertisement for the car 24. I think Vaibhav and Ashok, you might be seeing that. There were two beautiful women were there. One woman was saying, oh, get the car. You can just check the car, buy the car. You can use it for 7 days and you can return it if you don't like it. So other women cried and said, we will also create another app. We will find the husband. We will try them for 7 days. If we don't like, we will leave. We will return. We will return them as it is. Do you see? This is what the freedom for the mind is. That is how. So I said, oh, this is a good topic. I should definitely share. So be lucky. So let us start our journey of meditation. Let us start our journey of meditation.